Deer in headlights. What am I doing? I forgot. Hello, everyone. It is I, Serendipity Wyrd, here this week with not at all the video that I was planning. I actually recorded the unboxing of my Wild Unknown archetype deck, but I'm gonna have to edit that, and I'm already behind on filming and getting a video up this week, so yeah, let's not delay that anymore. So I'm hoping to have that video up next week. And this week I decided, I was thinking, I was like, what have I really been working with a lot this week, right? And this week has been a week of really diving in and working again with the Rebel deck, which I freaking love this deck. So I was like, what the heck am I going to film a video about? Gotta get this done, right? I have an oath this year. Video every freaking week. It's supposed to be up on Saturday, and it is Sunday now, so we should probably record a new video versus, getting bogged down in editing. Hashtag, I'm messy. It happens. Here is what I was looking for. This is the box for the Rebel deck. My poor little box is, so beat up, because I use it a lot. It is the Oracle with Attitude, and that is probably why I love it. It tells you on the bottom, 0 filter plus 0 Fs equals all fun. So this is maybe a deck that a lot of people wouldn't feel super serious about. They wouldn't really take it seriously. They think, oh, that's just some sort of a party game, whatever. I have found the insights that I've gotten from this deck to be super helpful. So I actually dedicated this deck to Loki. And by dedicated, I mean he just kind of claimed it and went, hey, I'll talk to you with that one. Most of my decks have sort of a deity that is related to them, that I know that sometimes the messages coming through that deck are from that deity. And if I need to, or I want to communicate with said deity, I know what deck to kind of pull out. That being said, I don't always use the deck solely in conjunction with working with the deity. But that's a whole long side note about this Rebel deck. So Loki totally claimed this. Makes a lot of sense, right? This deck is full of swear words, profanity, and just straight up blunt messages, which is exactly what my relationship with Loki is like. So I really couldn't think of a deck that would really fit getting messages from them any better than the freaking Rebel deck. I am going to try, since this video is going up on YouTube, not to use all of the actual curse words, quote unquote, the profanity. I'm not going to swear in this video as much as I can help it, even though that's kind of my natural state, is using a lot of colorful language, one might say. So that is the challenge here, is how am I going to talk about this freaking deck without using the words on the cards? So in that case, I'm not really going to show you a lot of the actual cards, but they're really kind of cool because they're all these different colors, this kind of teal-y color, this dark blue, this pink, and this orange. And I don't know if I can get it on camera because I'd have to shuffle right in the middle, but I know this is going to upset a lot of people, and I apologize, but I do riffle shuffle my cards. I love the act of riffle shuffling and bridging them. I learned that, I learned the physical process from my grandmother when I was probably 11 or so, and it was one of those distinct moments where it was you're not going to be able to do this, and you want to know how to get me to learn some crap? Ooh, I did it. I didn't say the other word. Tell me I can't. Right? I think that's just my child of Loki nature. If you tell me you can't do that, I'm gonna figure out a way to do it. So anyway, I learned to shuffle that way, and I enjoyed the sensation. I realize that sound. Yes. Okay, so I'm trying to show you this because the colors are just really fun. There we go. Now, can't do it on camera. Too bad. I like to watch the colors of the cards like as they shuffle because it's just really fun. So, and it's a deck that just really shuffles well. I've never had trouble shuffling this deck. It's comfortable. It's very similar to, yeah, okay, that's why I couldn't show you, because it's really the downward motion that has the cool colors. So we'll see if I can shuffle in the air here. Nope. That's how we throw cards all over the place. Oh well, you'll just have to trust me that it looks really cool when you watch them shuffle. This deck I love because as much as I enjoy picking out messages and letting my intuition play with images, words are huge for me. And this deck is just words. You've got some colors, right? But otherwise it's just straight up blunt messages. For example, I cut the deck, pull something from the middle, and it's dark and you can't see a freaking thing. Get your head out of your butt. Pronto. That's the style of message in this deck. And like I said, some people might think that there's no place for that in some kind of spiritual practice, right? That you have to be like ultra serene and not use foul language and that sort of thing. I absolutely think that there's a space and a need to sometimes have that freaking tough love, that no filter, like none of the sugar-coated crap that's just like, oh, you're doing fine, sweetie. No. Like, you know somebody's lying to you. Act on that I caught me. Good job. Good job, Serendipity. One of the cards actually in here does address that. And if it comes up, I'll read it. I'm not going to go through every card in the deck. I just kind of wanted to riff and rant and like share my thoughts on why I friggin' love this deck. But this card just popped up. A lot of these messages are freaking tough love, are harsh, are like blunt and to the point, just not sugar-coated at all, right? But there are really sweet messages in here too. They're not just all like, well, it's your fault, get over it, you know? Not at all. There's also these amazing messages such as, you are loved. You're here for a reason. Don't F it up. And I love that. Like, that is how... that sort of attitude just resonates with me so much. And that is how I think I probably tend to talk to people a little bit. So it's encouraging while also being straight to the point. Like, when you know, this card in particular, when you know that you have a purpose or a calling that you need to answer, like, that's totally been me my whole life. I'm like, I'm here, there's a reason, I need to be doing some stuff, there's something spiritual happening here. Even when I was a little kid, the only like spirit that I knew existed was Christianity, right? And my family was not like a church going family. And so I was this kid who was like, we need to go to church. Like, let's go. You know, what are we doing? And I always enjoyed those spaces on the times that I got to go because I could feel that calling of spirit. So I love like this message in particular, how it emphasizes the support system, but also that then that's your responsibility to like to move with that, right? Like, and sure, you could totally feel like attacked about, you know, don't F it up as the subtext of that. But I think that's an important reminder, because when we can get really caught up on like the negative spirals, we can let our shadow really, right, like take over and be forefront, and then suddenly we're doing a thing that we're supposed to be doing and we stop. Like, I know I've done that, right? Like, otherwise I would already have freaking like a bazillion thousand videos on this channel. But it's really easy to derail yourself and kind of F up your momentum because you get sidetracked or you get scared or whatever. But that's not the subject of this video. This video is about this freaking amazing deck. So again, the structure of this deck is really interesting as well, because it's got your front side, and again, I said, it's got like different colors. It's got the front side, your text on here, it's awesome little like like no just straight up love and light BS, right? Like um trying to find one that maybe doesn't have profanity on the back that I can show you, but probably not. There we go. And then the back side, the lighting for trying to show any like cards on video is like impossible. Anyway, you can see it's got some text on there. The back kind of goes a little bit more in depth with what the front's message was for you. And sometimes I just take this deck and I'm just like, what do I need to know right now? And I take that message and I get like all these extra little downloads. And I love including this particular deck in with other readings I'm doing, right? Like I'll pull a card from this deck. For instance, the year ahead readings that I offered for 2021 have one card pulled from the Rebel deck to kind of get that, like, what's that no filter message I need for this year? What do I need to kind of keep cycling back to when, especially when it feels like maybe like shadow showed up? So there's this other card that's like, get the F out of your head, and the backside is get in your heart, it misses you. Again, like, that's such an amazing message. Sometimes we get so stuck in thinking like what we're thinking, and we're just spinning our little wheels. We're like on our like little hamsters on the wheels, just like running, thoughts, logic. And like sometimes we need to sink down into the heart space and find that place of like love and compassion. So those are some of the like nicer, if you will, messages in here. Oh, one of my favorites is F fear. If you watched my video about overcoming fear, that is something that I continue to work with, the overcoming of fear, on an even daily basis sometimes. So this is one of my favorite cards because it just straight up, like, what is my message for today? F fear. It will lie to your face is what the back of the card says. And it's so true. So this deck just to me is like truth bomb after truth bomb after truth bomb. And I was going to tell a story about it. Like, so back in the fall of 2019, I was having some like personal relationship struggles, and things were really kind of looking like, oh my gosh, I think this relationship, it might be done. And like, even I sometimes cannot refrain from the like, cards, tell me what I'm supposed to do in this situation, right? And so I had done a reading, and the reading was very much just like, yeah, it sucks right now. You gotta wait it out. Like, no, you're not supposed to end this. And no, it's not like gonna get better tomorrow. Like, you're in this space that's just the space you're in. And I was so mad about that reading, let me tell you, because this was a big, ugly, like, crying kind of night, right? Like, the night when you want something to just freaking straight up and give you an answer. And so I pulled out the Rebel deck, and I was laying there thinking, I'd been journaling about it, I'd been writing the whole reading out, and like, oh, why wine, I want it fixed, I want this fixed now, blah, 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 whatever. And I had looked over at some yoga books I had just gotten, and I was like, I should really be like reading about yoga instead of freaking whining about how my relationship sucks right now. Like, nothing's breaking apart. It just sucks right now. Things sometimes just suck. You should probably like freaking read about yoga instead. But I didn't, right? Because I'm all spiraling and I'm like, oh, I need answers from the universe. Like, spirit, make it better. And so I picked up the Rebel deck, right? And I told you that the Rebel deck is dedicated to Loki. So I knew this was going to be, I'm kind of like at my wit's end in the moment. I'm like, Loki, help me out, bro. And I'm going to have to find the card. Oh, it's a blue one. That's right. That would narrow it down. Da, 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 da. We'll get there. We're almost there. There's only a few left. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm totally not editing this video, so my apologies that it's probably annoying as crap. Okay, it's not in here at the moment, so I must have probably dropped it somewhere, but there is a card that, like, legitimately tells you you need some yoga in your effing life. Ancient stuff is cool. Like, that's the backside. And I nearly, like, lost it. Like, that just made me laugh because, first of all, I had just been thinking about how reading some of my yoga books would have been a much better use of my time than spiraling in this little, like, fit of whining my, you know, my relationship sucks right now. And then I pull out this freaking deck and that's what it says. Just point blank blunt. And I was like, I just got called out. Like, seriously, just called out. Damn. So that is why I love the freaking Rebel deck. Like, it may not be for everybody. Maybe it only appeals to people who also identify with the archetype of the Rebel. I don't know, but it's really fun, and it's also, like, not only is it fun, like, it's fun to pull out, like, when you're with a group of friends, right? It has almost like a sort of like Crabs Against Humidity. Yeah, Humidity sort of, that's a spin-off game that's similar to, like, Cards Against Humanity. It's kind of got that, like, snarky sort of vibe from, like, those kind of games, and so it feels, like, kind of playful while also smashing you over the head with a message that you need. Some of my favorite things: harsh truth and play. So if you're good with loads of profanity and you like to be hit up the head by spirit and told exactly what you need to know in no sugar-coated words, the Rebel deck might be for you too. I don't know. I friggin' love it and use it almost every freaking day. So you don't have to take my word for it. I mean, I guess you do. You're watching this video. Anyway, that's it for this week. Like I said, I'm going to try to get my unboxing edited for the Wild Unknown Archetype deck so I can finally start using that. I've had that for over a friggin' year and I haven't used it. That's ridiculous. But it's already recorded, so hopefully next week's video will be up on time between Friday and Saturday. And until then, have a lovely, wonderful week. And if you need some insight that is straight to the point and pushes you to do what the heck you need to do, links are down in the description. You can book a Rebel deck reading with me. I actually have an Un-F Your Life reading I've recently developed. So reach out, let's talk, and let's find some answers for you. Mwah. Lots of love to you. See you next week. Bye.